All right, the Broncos are up next, and we got some late picks here. Some very, very late picks. We don't start this mock draft until 67, but we still got 5 picks to go through in this 7 rounder. So I went straight away getting you an offensive lineman. I don't know necessarily think this is your biggest need, but if you can develop this guy, he's going to be blue chip. He's going to be out there for a very long time. He just needs some coaching, and this is Wanya Morris from Oklahoma. I believe he was at Tennessee before he went to Oklahoma. He's played high level ball his entire career. Wanya is a good football player. He just needs investment. You just got to work with him on his feet, his hips, speed to power. Like, you just got to work with him and get him to his full potential because his full potential is sky high. Moving on to another guy with a lot of potential. It's Yaya Diabe at the very next pick. I'm starting in the trenches. I'm staying in the trenches. He's just a guy who he's going to affect people. He might not get that many sacks. He might not get that many tackles for loss, but he is going to make an effect on the line. You're going to have to work with him too. This is another guy that you're going to have to coach up a bit, but it's the first year with Sean Payton, and that defense doesn't have that many needs. So putting Yaya in there and working with him, it's not the worst case scenario for the Broncos here. But a guy who can come in and play right away is Henry To'oto'o from Alabama, also formerly at Tennessee. It's pick 108. If Henry's here, you might as well take this shot. He's going to get you a large number of tackles if he's on the field. And really just he's a sure tackler. He is athletic, used to play running back in high school. The guy, he's an athlete. He's a leader on the defense at Alabama. That has to say something. Nick Saban always has glowing reviews for the guy. Also, probably should listen when the GOAT speaks. So I think he's just a pick where if you need someone to go in there and make sure that somebody gets tackled on a, third and long, you can put him in there and you can trust him to make that tackle. Moving on to another guy he's a developmental piece. And if these next 2 picks, I went with the same position for these last 2 picks. If they work out, you're getting great talents. If they don't work out, oh well. Like, they're gonna be good special teams players for you. The first one is Kei'Trell Clark from Louisville. 2 Louisville players in the same mock draft. Don't think that's ever happened before. But at 139, Kei'Trell is just really, really good value. Like, that's what it comes down to here. He's good value here. He's got all the traits. He needs some coaching, but it's just his eyes. Like, I'm worried about his eyes. That's really what it comes down to with Kei'Trell. I'm not worried about much else. He just needs to be smarter at the position. He's got all the physical tools. And lastly, at 195, I have Daryl Luter, Jr. from South Alabama. Another corner, another guy who I think is more pro ready. I wouldn't say more pro ready. I just think he doesn't have as much upside. They probably have near the same floor, but he can come in, be a rotational guy. It's pick 195. You throw things at the wall, you see what sticks. So I think Luter's he's a good player. I don't think there's any real downside to taking him here. You really just need one more good corner in that secondary, and you're like pretty set in the secondary. So you just hope one of these 2 guys becomes that, and that's what it comes down to with the Broncos here. That is all for this 7 round Broncos mock draft. Be sure to check out the rest of our content, and we hope you have a great rest of the draft cycle.